Well, we felt we couldn't do a third series until we'd done a second series. So, you know, to some extent we bought into the whole sort of numerical empiricism that you know, crops up in most of TV. So that was our main thing. We thought about just going straight to the fourth series, but in the end we thought we probably it wouldn't be right to set out on a fourth series until we'd done the third. When we started out on Series 2, we were very excited with the idea that we could do lots and lots of quite big high concept ideas and everyone would buy into that, and the idea of running characters had sort of had its day in sketch shows. So what people really wanted were lots and lots of big silly ideas. And actually looking back on it, I think we went slightly too far down that road, and it's got lots of brilliant big ideas which I love, but I wonder if in a way it's a bit like a terribly rich cake, where big high concept sketches are sort of the cream or perhaps the sort of rum soaked cherries in that cake, and there were too many of them for people to eat lots of the cake. I don't know if the cake metaphor is especially helping illustrate this, but essentially, Series 3, we've tried to put some more of the flour that is returning characters into the cake mixture as well, or perhaps they're an egg. So we've got a combination of big silly ideas, which I think we do with even more panache in Series 3 than we did in Series 2, because CGI technologies moved on even in the space of 1 year. The significant way in which it's moved on is that we can now afford it.
The giant death ray!
Well, I'll be...
Professor, is that a laser?
Yes, Major Agnews, a giant death ray is indeed a laser.
Well, there was a different director for Series 3, and that's been quite a big difference. And you know, directors work in different ways. Ben is a terribly flamboyant character, and he loves thinking on the hoof, which makes him quite an exhilarating director to work with.
We randomly make this stuff up. It's not pre-prepared at all. We just make it all up. Look. John's pretending to know what he's doing. He's actually making it all up now. And then I'll go, no, I don't want to do that. I'll do it my way. But I just have to give him this little bit of room. Friday afternoon treat.
I prefer the last guy.
Yeah, I think that's...
Bronstein.
If you're doing that gun there, is whether you can, if he's prepped, you can do, no, you can't really.
Can we slightly cheat it so that happens while we're looking at somebody else?
Yeah,
and then we
sure we can.
Everybody lie down on the ground! Do as he says!
Action.
I've cracked it.
Cracked what?
I finally rendered the doorbell obsolete.
This is a drawing of a dog being fired from a cannon.
Exactly.
If that isn't funny, I don't know what is. It's a dog hitting a window. It's genius.
You need a bigger dog! Quick, sir! There's two!
I don't need you anymore, Ginger 2.
I'm very method. Yeah, and I've got to go and blind myself before we shoot it as well.
Okay. That's going to make filming tomorrow difficult.
Yeah, but it's worth it for the craft, I think. The most important part of filming is Danish time.
Why didn't you say so before, you idiot?
Cut there?
Cuts.
We should be able to cut between David being there and then the dummy being there, but we do it on the frame of impact so you don't see it, hopefully. No pressure there then.
Why didn't you say so before, you idiot?
I couldn't help on the cryptic crossword today because my brain's full.
Ben also quite often operates one of the two cameras, so that meant that we shot a lot of footage, and it works out as quite a good way to shoot a double act because you can get the two singles on the same pass, so you can get a single of David and a single of Rob on the same pass of a sketch, so you've got all of the timing of the sketch right there in one go, and that I think worked out as rather a good way of shooting series 3. Yeah, Hankel's flank pat. That's a cracker.
I am Jan Hankel. 30 years ago, I personally painted it the flank pattern system for finding books on shelves.
There it is.
It worked for Edward, and it could work for you, too.
What a sterling performance.
30 years ago, I am nobody. Then I painted the Hankel flank pattern system. And like that, I am Jan Hankel. You know?
We know.
Other favourites, Get Me Hennemore's ended up being particularly good.
Have you seen it, Hennemore?
Have I seen what, sir?
The giant wasp that's been circling the building. Well, that went off without a hitch. Well done, Hennemore.
Thank you very much, sir.
Obviously, we haven't noticed it while it happens, and
Yeah, exactly.
Greenington Screeny Pops. Yeah. Well, that went off without a hitch, Hennemore. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
After the event, I like especially because it's very dark and yet somehow manages to have a bit of a spring in its step.
Action. And of course, we no longer know how to work the conveyor belt, so let's take a look at the prizes. Food objects, fuel, tablets, holy tablets, frightening animal, someone's head. We don't know, but they're everywhere. A stove, a stove, a stove, a stove. We don't know, but they're everywhere. Frightening animal.
It is mental back there. It is. You know, people just throwing objects down and running to get the next one. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's like backstage at the Follies, isn't
Yeah.
it? You'd know.
Yes. It's like real West End show business.
Sorry. Take off this set of whiskers, put on that set of
Yeah.
whiskers, on a different cat.
I also just like people falling over as well.
Honestly, I run much better when I'm pissed!
Marmite. It's the great Marmite-tasting glove that's not suitable for human consumption.
Or anything where David bangs on and on about something in an amusing way.
How dare you? The old opening credits of the bill featured the feet of 2 police officers. 2 pairs of police officer shoes. Not 1 pair of police shoes and some flippers, or 1 pair of police shoes and some espadrilles, or wellies, or the hind legs of a cat. It was a policeman and a policewoman walking along. And you're not even a policewoman.
I'm a certain sort of evil. Not death camp evil, not serial killer evil, but I take a perverse pleasure in having been paid through the nose for nothing of any value. That is my dream, and I'm not gonna let it die. Look, why is it suddenly rude for me to say that he's average looking, she scrubs up pretty well, but Audrey Hepburn she ain't, and there have been weddings that have been more expensive than this? We all know these things. They shouldn't be a cause for despair. I was going to tell an anecdote about when he had to run naked through the lobby of a hotel, but that might provoke suicides from those of you who are apparently under the impression that this was Olympus itself and we were witnessing the union of the gods.
Well,
Peter, I don't want to know. Please don't tell me. Great story, I'm not interested. No, I'm not going to pretend to understand the creative process, because I don't understand the creative process and because I don't know how to pretend. But we're all agreed that Number Wang has been off our screens for far too long. So I want you to have a look at this. This is a picture of a hot woman who let me touch her boob once. Yes!
Well, we could get a crew of mercenaries together, take over the skyscraper HQ of a multinational corporation, wrong-foot the authorities by posing as terrorists with a political agenda, whilst actually clearing out the building's underground vault of bonds and bullion.
That's Die Hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to do Die Hard.
That might be a bit tricky.
Action! Everybody down! If anyone moves, I will have no hesitation in shooting you up with this gun!
It's more or less everything we could have imagined. Yes,
it looks like Die Hard.
Yeah, it does.
We don't care if it's funny or anything.
No, it's just we're kind of masturbating quietly while we're watching it.
Ready then? 3, 2, 1. So handing the gun back, cut there.
David, how was that?
All right.
Firing an automatic weapon?
Didn't really like it.
No? Did you not even like holding it particularly at all in the first place?
No, it's heavy.
Does it not feel cool?
Is it heavy? Is it mainly scary?
It's heavy and scary. It's heavy both in the literal and dated metaphorical sense.
Did it have a bit of a kick to it?
Slight. Not massive.
No, no feeling of coolness whatsoever.
Not really. I mean, it looks quite cool on camera.
Everybody down!
Have you been in recently?
No.
You wouldn't want to be in an action film?
Not much. No. I mean, the money would be nice.
And action!
Yes, only one more security code to break and we're home free, Martin. This is brilliant. What a rush! I said stay down! Now let that be a lesson to all of you! You've got to keep an eye on them, Martin.
You get that, Nudge? Lovely. Thanks, Kim. Round of applause for Kim. Yeah. And Steve, nice one.
Was that exciting, David, shooting the gun there?
It was quite exciting, yes.
Do you think you found it more exciting than David did?
Yeah, it was all quite exciting. I'm not sure exciting is the word he'd use, more
No,
sort of...
frightening.
Frightening. But he did very well. He was scared of everything, and he did it anyway. And that's more or less the definition of courage.
So cool.
Would you like to have shot the gun?
Not really.
No,
I
fair
don't.
enough.
You know, despite my butch image, I don't particularly like guns any more than he does.
No.
I just put my empty cup down. That was the action that you missed. Shall I put it there so you can see me putting it down? So you get to learn that stuff in TV. I think they're asking us to shut the fuck up now.
I think there's one fuck that's in just because it seemed funnier than not having it in, but all of the other ones are doing a sort of architectural job. I think if you look out for the phrase "fuck the oboe," that's not a life skill. That's definitely a fuck that's gratuitous.
I fucking hate you.
Piss myself and come at the same time.
I said I fucking hate you.
Cock.
Don't tell me to fuck off.
You stupid little bastard.
Shut the fuck up! You can shove that up your ass, you shit! Fuck the oboe, that's not a life skill.
Fuck off! Fuck the fucking fuck off! You fuck! Who's the highest profile special guest you can think of?
Brendan Foster.
Is he?
Yeah, Brendan Foster. He'd be amazing.
Yeah, well, we haven't got Brendan Foster.
Oh!
It would be a cool guest to have.
So, the Queen. Why did she agree to do this?
Pissed off they never asked her on extras.
Right.
It's always tricky because you never know how much people will enjoy taking part in a joke, you know, and we could say, you know, Harrison Ford would be great. And that one, you know, wouldn't it be great to have Harrison Ford in the show? But he might not find it funny and he might sit in his trailer sulking. And, you know, then I'd have to go and say, come on, Harrison, you know, you said you'd do it. I don't know why you've come over all, you know, snooty about it. It's a comedy show. You know, we sent you the script. If you didn't want to do the show, why did you turn up? And, you know, I just don't want to get into all that. Do you know what I mean?
Ridiculous.
You know where it's appeared so far?
Oh, I can't tell you. You've got to look for it. It's hidden in lots of sketches.